Hey guys, I'm Tim.
It's Chris.
And you're at the Songroom here at the Northcote Social Club. Who have we got tonight, Chris?
We've got the fantastic Kim Salmon and
the fantastic Phia. Let's go and check it out.
Get us going.
Give a warm Northcote Melbourne to our host for this evening, Jess Maguire.
A Northcote Melbourne.
Give me a warm Northcote Melbourne. Thanks. That could be a euphemism. I'm into it. Now, our first guest was swayed by the sounds of rock and roll and became a scientist. He later became a beast of bourbon and then a surrealist. He's been a seminal influence on garage rock and countless bands, including Nirvana, Mudhoney, John Spencer, Blues Explosion, The White Stripes, and Spacemen 3. His latest release, My Script, received a 4.5-star review in Rolling Stone, and no less than Henry Rollins considered it possibly his best record. It is so damn good. Please put your hands together for Kim Salmon.
G'day, Kim.
Yeah, you all
Why
right?
can't it be just like a regular gig where somebody doesn't talk you up that way and you've got to live up to it?
It's real awkward, but just know that that's the end of that. I'm putting this away. Everything else is just been a comfortable chit-chat. We'll just pretend that there's no one else around us and we're just having a conversation about music. It's nothing to worry about. It's not going to get too intense.
I'll do my own thing.
Just do your own thing. Well, we are going to start, though, with a song of yours that I believe was with the Scientists, Swampland.
Yep.
Was this song pre or post you being on Countdown, which
This
I
was,
love?
This was post.
So, did you get much of a Countdown bounce as far as cred was concerned?
I think if we'd have stayed around in Melbourne or moved up to Sydney at that time, yes, we would have. But we went back to Perth and we were usurped in our own gigs that we started up, and we went to a booking agency and they didn't even believe us.
That you'd been on Countdown?
Yes. It was like, pull the other one, mate. So, it was Perth.
You couldn't just look it up on YouTube.
No, you couldn't. Exactly.
No, not in those days. Please welcome Kim Salmon with Swampland.
You've been around.
I'll be your roadie. No problem.
Every day at dusk, when the sun fades, my mind returns to the Everglades, a place of olive green, mangroves and vine, shotguns and snakes, alligator wine. Nobody knows, so they never think to visit, where the atmosphere's so thick that you could kiss it. They've never seen copperheads diving for their prey, or once mighty oaks with roots in decay. In my heart is a place called Swampland. 9 parts water, 1 part sand. In my heart is a place called Swampland. 9 parts water, 1 part sand. In my heart is a place called Swampland. 9 parts water, 1 part sand. In my heart is a place called Swampland. 9 parts water, 1 part sand.
Tim, how was that?
Yeah, I have to say I'm a big fan of Kim's guitar playing. Seeing the Scientists play at the Enmore a few years ago before Sonic Youth was a big moment for me. But just now, I was really enjoying that, but also thinking that I'm not a bass player, and that was really quite hard on the old arm, going ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Oh, you got to suffer for your art then, Tim.
Well, that's right.
So it was good, Kim, but you did hurt my arm a little bit, is the essence. Oh, excellent. Look, we need to welcome our next guest for this evening. Now, she's a classically trained singer-songwriter. She makes music that is abound with luscious layers of harmonies, rambunctious vocal percussion, and vivid pop sensibilities. She grew up in Melbourne, where she got started working as a session pianist for various projects, but in 2011 bought a one-way ticket to Berlin. Please welcome our second guest this evening, Phia. Hi, Phia.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. I was just enjoying myself in the audience, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to get up.
Yeah, you have to get up. Tell me a little bit about when you went to Berlin. What was the impetus for deciding to just pack it all in and heading over there?
It was a general sort of if not now, then when sort of vibe. I'd finished university. I had a couple of like teaching jobs, which I was not enamored with, and suddenly was like, well, if I want to go and live in Europe and try and make music, then now's the time. It's not going to get any easier. So I went and things went well and I stayed.
Look, we're going to hear a song from you. It is called Heartstrings. It should be noted as well, and we like to try and note it every week, like that the jam that's happening now is not overly rehearsed. Like, you guys have a run through.
Like, literally not rehearsed.
You guys, well, you have what I'm trying to say is that you have a quick run through, maybe like about 2 hours before the show, but essentially everyone's trying to work with each other and gel with each other musically for kind of a one-off performance, which means anything can happen. Don't screw it up, you guys. Good luck. Have a great time.
My heart has strings like a guitar and you strum them. Will you play me a major chord? My heart has strings like a violin I sing. Won't you hear our song? My heart has strings like a guitar and you strum them. Will you play me a major chord? My heart has strings like a violin I sing. Won't you hear our song? In silence I hear you strong. Come over, I'll sing along. La 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 la. My lips are sealed, but if you touch me, the spell is broken. Humming like an open string. My hands are tied, but for you I dance, I'd sing. If you tell me a tune I'd play, could we just stay in bed all day? If you want to just stay okay. La 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 la
Weren't sure about that last one, Chris? That last note? You were just like, you were frozen. You were like, don't do anything. Is that right?
I have no comment. I'm playing this. I have no notes.
We're going to hear the song Blue Velvet, which we started introducing before, and then we got into a conversation about your high school and then playing Je t'aime over the speakers. So we switched songs because that's the kind of loosey improv vibe that we have. But we must go back to Blue Velvet. And you were saying that you heard this in the Kenneth Anger film.
Yeah.
Blew your mind a little bit.
A bit. I actually was going to call this Last Scientist album Blue Velvet, and then I heard he was Michael Lynch. Not Michael Lynch.
David
the manager. An old manager. He was doing a film called that, and he was like one of my favourite directors. And I thought, I can't really do that. I'll get accused of copying him if I use that. And I did eventually, just even for covering it. But
I'm really keen to see it now. I've never heard of it.
Scorpio Rising. Go and get it. Get it on DVD, I think. I kind of concocted the idea of throwing a few songs like this together and kind of deconstructing them, and that's how I started the Surrealists. Basically, I had an idea and I brought it back to Australia with me.
So that surreal moment in the Kenneth Anger film with the kind of music
that stretched out. It didn't just happen. I'm going to form a band called the Surrealists.
I've just figured it out. So you watched that scene, you went, "This is surreal," and then you came straight back to Australia and started the Surrealist. Is that pretty much how it happened?
No, I was...
Oh, all right, Kim.
That was good. Very good.
You can have your own bio that it's made of truth instead of my lies. You can have it. It's fine.
It was that joke. I heard that joke. How many Surrealists does it take to change a light bulb? And the answer is a fish. And I thought, I need to have my name at the start of a band, and it'd be called Kim Salmon and the Surrealists.
Ah, that's good.
Anyway, let's have Blue Velvet.
She wore blue velvet, bluer than velvet were eyes, softer than satin was the light. Love was ours was the love I held tightly, feeling the rapture grow. Like a flame burning brightly, but when she left, gone was the glow of blue.
Rain, go away, come again another day. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. Rain, rain, go away, come again another day. And I just want to know, how can I let go? Don't wanna be drowning in memories. Do you ever think about me? I think about you. I remember that time in my life, and I wonder, do you? Meeting at the back way, kissing at the end of the day. Sneaking at the back way, kissing at the end of the day. Hey, I'm drowning in, I cannot swim in memories, memories. Vanilla skies, white picket fences in your eyes. A vision of you and me. It's just a little crush, not like I think every time we touch. It's just a little thing, not like
Which Beatle wrote that? I was trying to pick it then.
Definitely Paul.
Yeah, do you think definitely Paul?
Well,
It is.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Singing it.
Paul song.
Definitely
Yeah, it's a
not
Paul
Ringo.
No, not Ringo.
I mean, I think there's everything you need to know about pop music you can learn from the Beatles. So I feel like in that couple of years where I just started playing through all of it, and there was like a book with all the songs of the White Album and Revolver, and it was really formative.
Were you much of a Beatles guy?
I was a Stones fan.
You're Stones. It's one or the other, isn't it? One or the other. And I guess if the Beatles teach you everything you need to know about pop, maybe the Stones teach you everything you need to know about
This
rock.
background when I was a kid, so it was kind of like this wallpaper around me.
Yeah.
I didn't really.
Kim, we're going to hear a song. I haven't told you this because we've known each other 75 minutes, but this is one of my favourite songs. And I used to flog this on the radio, and I'm talking like 15 years after it was released. I was just like, this is as fresh as ever. I love it so much. Because this is what, actually this would be 98, so it can't have been 15 years, but 98, is it? And this is the band Antenna?
Antenna, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, and the song is called Come On Spring. So Antenna was a group that you made up with Dave Faulkner from the Hoodoo Gurus?
That's right, and a couple of other guys that were sort of programming and DJing and stuff.
Were you mates though back when you were young in Perth? Did you know each other?
We not when we were really young, but we met when I was about 18.
When you were in
formed
bands.
a band together, and
I was seeing Cheap Nasties with you.
he wasn't actually. He was in the band for about a week, but
Then what happened? Got too controlling.
Yeah.
Classic Dave.
no, he decided. No, I don't want to.
This is a safe space, Kim. This is a safe space.
No,
Turn it off.
This is going to be.
No, we'll edit
This
this
is
out. Don't worry about it. We're just keeping the music. Don't worry about
It's
it.
going to be on four corners.
Yeah.
In 4K. We're going to see
Good
Dave
song.
next week. Yeah.
I wanted to change this. Get off Paul, Dave.
Excellent. Well, look, this is a beautiful song. I'm really looking forward to hearing it. Come On Spring.
Okay, I won't. Rising from a winter's sleep, coming right up from the deep, shallow pleasures beckon me. Is my new life set me free? Feel my tingling skin. Outside and within. Come on, spring, do your thing. What's your story? Come on, spring, do your thing. You got something for me. Hibernation's at its end. Old sensations new again. Teasing like some childhood friend. Je never pray in some divine. Feel my tingling skin. Come on, spring, do your thing. Don't ignore me. Come on, spring, do your thing. Got something for me one more time. Come on, spring, do your thing.
So we're going to finish off now with Sultan's Choice. You've gone with Crying. Is this the Roy Orbison version? The Roy Orbison song?
Yep.
Yeah, great.
Because Kim said this was an influence on Swampland.
Swampland, yes.
Plus, it's just a really great song, Crying. I heard the cover, I think, on Rock Wiz. Who was it? It was like... it was Jess Cornelius from Teeth and Tongue and the guy from Spectrum.
Yeah.
Which was like an odd pairing.
Oh, great.
But this, it was the most... It was such a ripper version, and it made me go back to old Roy Orbison, and I think I listened to Roy Orbison for about a month straight in the car, and it was very therapeutic. And I'm sure this evening will be the same.
Well, we
Big
didn't.
O.
We didn't really get much of a chance to run through this song, so it's going to be pretty rough. But
It's a bit of a sing-along, isn't it?
You can't
Yeah,
apologise
just
before
everybody
we
sing
start
along.
it.
Do you know what, Kimmy?
You have to
apologise all
apologise
the time.
afterwards. We
Yeah.
might make it good. You
Yeah,
know,
we
you
might
never-
make it
haven't-
good. We don't know.
We haven't screwed it yet.
We'll see how it plays out. All right, ladies and gentlemen,
we haven't screwed it yet.
possibly screwing this song up and making Roy Orbison roll over in his grave, let's listen to Crying.
I was alright for a while. I could smile for a while. But I saw you last night. You held my head so tight as you stopped to say hello. Oh, you wished me well. You couldn't tell that I'd been crying over you, crying over you. Then you said so long, left me standing all alone, alone and crying, 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 crying. It's hard to understand, but the touch of your hand can start me crying.
I thought that I was over you, but it's true, oh so true. I love you even more than I did before, but darling, what can I do? Now you don't love me, and I'll always be crying over you, crying over you. Yes, now you're gone, and from this moment on, I'll be crying, 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 crying. I'm
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at the Songroom. Please put your hands together for Phia and Kim Salmon, our guests this evening. And also put your hands together for Tim and Chris from The Basics.
And ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for our host, Jess Maguire.